Yo, what's good, people? Try to take y'all back for a minute with that special presentation thing. What's going on? What's going on? Who's in the I got the comments open. Who's up in here? Who's up in here? I'm about to post this on Facebook. Get a nice little crowd up in here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I see you, Marcus. That's how BGS talks. He says my name, Marcus. Everybody do the boomerang and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? Oh, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Oh man. Look at this here. Oh man. Said in a meeting, but trying to listen to you. Hey man, I'm gonna be saying some things today, man, because I mean, I don't know if people are like really nervous to deal with this topic, man, but it's a touchy subject. It's a lot of canceling going on, behind this topic, man. But like the title is called for this one. There's always a line, and there's always a line. You know what I'm saying? And this was let me get my homegirl up in here. This was sparked by some situations that happened a few days ago, man. Concerning some alternative lifestyle people. I don't want to call them the alphabets, but I'll call them alternative lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And people being alternative lifestyle implies that there is a normal lifestyle, or what people would consider normal. The views and opinions expressed by Mr. Marcus Aurelius are definitely his views. People get offended, they get offended. If not, then that's cool also. But just people have to be reasonable. I remember having these conversations with people of that persuasion, and some people got it and some people didn't. And whatever it is, it's all good. It is what it is, man. But there is always a line, man. So let's start here. So a family member of mine, I won't say who, a family member of mine, I won't say who, is, of the LGBT community, right? This is a very close family member of mine who, we kick it, we're cool. It doesn't bother me that this person, has made a lifestyle choice for themselves and they live that life. They're still my family. You know what I'm saying? And I have friends, in New York and in Vegas that live this lifestyle. Of course, there's things that we can do together and things that we can't, because there are spaces that they go to that I do not, travel to, because those spaces are not for me. All right. But this is the thing, right? So I'm chilling, minding my business, and I get a text message. So I look at this text message, and it's a link for the Little Nas X video. The Little Nas X video. So my family member sends me the Little Nas X video, and this family member is a gay male, right? So I'm sitting here and I see the link. Now, I've never seen the Lil Nas X video, but I heard about it. And from what I understand, it's a video where he's nude in the video. He's running around doing his usual thing, right? With, I guess, there's other guys in the video. Again, I haven't seen the video. So, I don't know what to, I guess, react to or be offended by, anything like that. I just know that it's not for me, so I'm not looking at it, right? I'm not the audience. And that's cool, right? And that's cool. I'm not the audience, and that's cool. The audience that he makes that stuff for, it's cool for them. And I'm not mad at the fact that he makes that stuff and there's an audience for it. I just wanted to understand, why did I receive this video? Right? Why was it sent to me? Now, you know, my family member has a history, not all the time, but every once in a blue, of sending me things that I guess I'm trying to understand, why would these things appeal to me, right? Why would you send this to me? I am not the audience for this. And you know that, right? So why are you sending this to me as if I would be interested in looking at it, right? So that's how this discussion started. And I had a conversation with my homegirl Brandy, who is not in here yet, and I don't know why isn't, but we're supposed to be discussing this together. Um, but I had to do a video about this because we had a long conversation about it, and I figured this would be a good topic for a live. And for all of my hetero people in attendance, uh I'm going to be representing your side of this discussion today. And, I hope that some of my people in the LGBT community hear what's going to be said here tonight. And I'm going to make this an hour long, and then I'm going to keep it moving. Understand this. You have fought for your freedom to be who you are and to do what you like to do with whomever you like to do it with. You're a grown person. You know, and while we understand, and when I say we, I do mean heterosexual black men, right? We understand, those of us who are, I guess, liberal to a degree of other people's lifestyle choices and things like that. We understand that you have made these choices, and we understand that you have maybe suffered losses, maybe your family has disowned you, maybe your parents rejected you in your lifestyle choices. And we also realize that in your everyday life, you might be dealing with some things in society because of these lifestyle choices. At least I understand that. I can say that I am not oblivious to this being a real thing, right? Not oblivious. Okay. Um, in recent times, there has been, I guess, some progress and some strides made towards acceptance for these sorts of lifestyle choices and things like that. You turn on your TV and you see a lot of entertainment catered to said community, right? And that's cool because, again, there's an audience for that, right? There's an audience for it. I'm not the audience, but there's an audience for that. And that's cool. Just like there's an audience for children. I mean, you have Barney and Sesame Street and all this other shit. And I don't watch Barney and Sesame Street because it's not for me. I'm not the audience, right? We have Cardi B and we have Megan Thee Stallion, right? Where, a lot of guys, they get uptight about the things that these girls are saying and everything like that. But you shouldn't. And the reason why I say that is because there's an audience for that, and let them have their music. These girls have been listening to us for years in male dominated hip hop. Say bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And now they have their female equivalent, their answer to that. Mind you, whatever they do in response in their real life, in response to hearing this music, is on them, and they take whatever gains and losses come from that. Just like in our era of male dominated hip hop, a lot of dudes thought they were gangster and listened to gangster rap and decided to try to attempt to live the lives of the shit that they heard on these songs. And they got their gains and losses from whatever, you're subject to the results of your choices, right? So if you don't want to cook and clean and all this other shit, and you want to be, rebellious miss whoever, just understand, if you don't get a ring, or you go through some other nonsense because you want to follow the messages in this music, that's your business. But I have no problem with the music itself, especially when, back in the 90s we had, She Swallowed It, and, shit like that, right? Cool. I'm not even mad at it. If we can accept that, if we can agree to accept that, if we can agree to these women having their platform, and we can agree that there can be a little Nas X, right? What these people have to understand, and I spoke on it lightly when I addressed the situation with the baby at his concert, right? What LGBT, LGBTQ people have to understand that you have an alternative lifestyle, right? You have a lifestyle, and that lifestyle comes with certain preferences and certain viewpoints and things like that. Heterosexuality is also a lifestyle that y'all have to respect. Okay. So when I'm online and I see things like, you're homophobic or you're transphobic because you don't want to date transsexuals or things of that nature, it's a bit much, right? It's a bit much. Understand that there are two sides of the line, right? And my brother, my younger brother, when we were having a conversation years ago, and he said a phrase to me that I would never forget. And that phrase is the title of this video. There is always a line. There is always a line. Okay? We're grown people, we're adults, and you have your decisions, and we have our decisions, and you're on your side of the line, and we're on our side of the line. Now, we don't have to be opposed to each other. Just respect the line. You have to respect the line. If we're not bashing what you do, you understand what I'm saying? Or better yet, if we're in our spaces and we speak our language and our way of moving is a thing. It's a thing. It's not going away. You're not going to socialize it out of us. You're not going to shame it out of us. All right. Some years back, there was a meme floating around. It was an umbrella. And some of y'all seen this before. There was an umbrella. It was a man, woman, and child, and there was a rainbow. It's like rainbow rain, right? And there was an umbrella that the man, woman, and child was under, and they were kind of like guarding themselves against the rainbow rain, right? And on the bottom it said straight pride, right? Straight pride. Like, you know how there's gay pride every so often, there's every other month there's a gay pride parade or something like that. But this meme said straight pride. And when I saw it, mind you, again, I have friends who are LGBTQ, whatever. And when I seen this meme, I was like, oh, y'all being ridiculous. Oh, straight pride. Oh, you ain't never been told or shamed for being straight. You ain't never been, chastised for being straight, because straight is normal, right? Back then, I said, y'all need to kill this straight pride shit, because you ain't never had to admit to your parents or your friends or anybody in your circle that you were straight, right? Now, you still don't have to do that, but we're getting to a point where the pendulum is swinging the other way. And we're getting to a point where men, especially black men, are being chastised or harassed or shamed even for choosing not to participate in certain behaviors, or that they have pride in being heterosexual. So when the baby said what he said, I didn't really have a problem with much of what he said, but we're beginning to enter a climate where it's cool to push, whether it be trans or homosexual ideas, no matter how intrusive they are, to the other side of the line. But the other side of the line has to watch what they say. If heterosexual men are not bashing or they're not attacking or anything like that, then they should be able to rock. And gay people have to respect that, period. It's not even a request, it's a demand. You understand what I'm saying? And in any disrespect, towards that ideology is not going to be met with kindness. Understand, understand, we've been here. We've been here, right? And this is not gay bashing. Do what you do. Again, I have friends, I have family who live like this. You understand what I'm saying? I have friends and I have family who live like this. Let me throw this banner up. I have friends and family who live like this. But this is not going to be peace if y'all think that acceptance for what you do equals our participation in your behavior. All right. I talked to my friend. I don't know. Again, I don't know where she is. And, she'll say something like, um, you know, uh, you know, the whole thing where it's like, okay, she compared what Little Nas X did in his video to what Cardi B is doing in her video, right? Where I guess in Cardi B video, she's naked with another female or whatever. She's like, well, how is this accepted and it's not accepted? Okay, well, it's accepted among heterosexual people because that's the way we rock. We allow, we're cool seeing certain images and other images we're not. Now, if that sounds hypocritical to you, that's cool, but it is just what it is. Just like we might say, well, you know what, gay women, you use phalluses and dildos and things like that in your sexual encounters, and that kind of confuses us, but we have accepted that that's what you do. We have accepted that that's what you do. That's what you do. Cool, cool. Do it, do your thing, right? That there herein there lies a contradiction that we have accepted. But with straight people, if we like seeing women on women and not men on men, that is a function of heterosexual culture. And it is a culture that isn't going away with your shaming or any of that shit. It's not going anywhere. Respect it, and it is what it is. I don't have a problem saying these things because, again, my people know where I stand on a lot of this shit, and I have defended their ability to move the way they move. So now, here it is. Here it is. This is where we rock on this, and there's no budging. You're not gonna make us accept transsexuals as women. You're not gonna make it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And in order for all of us to live in peace and harmony, we have to respect each other's culture and each other's side of the line. We don't have to fight about it. Okay. If heterosexual people are willing to not pray the gay out of you, right? You also have to be willing to not pray the gay into us or force it into us or shame it into us. Okay. It's not going any other way. All right. So, for all you girls, I noticed that this is a primarily a function of not only gay black men, but straight black women, and then people outside of the community. Is this idea that somehow straight black male culture or our identity is a bad thing. And I'm gonna ask you women who push these ideas, if y'all want us to be to be down with all of that, who are y'all fucking with? You want a gay black dude? Is that what you want? You want a guy that's willing to jump over the side on the other side of the line and date trannies? Is that what y'all want? I noticed that black women are good for defeating their own purpose. They're good for self-defeating ideologies, right? Y'all date the motherfuckers who whip y'all asses and then say all black men did it. And now you're pushing this, oh, except men is women thing. And okay, if straight black men were to do that, what happens? I'm trying to understand what the end goal is here. Is that the type of man you want? Seriously. Because y'all are the same ones that'll clown a motherfucker if he expresses emotions with homosexual insults. So what do you want? Do you want the straight black man, or do you want us to accept? You understand what I'm saying? Do you want us to accept these things? Do you want us to become that thing? Because if we became Little Nas X's, then you be complaining, oh, who remembers in the late 90s, early 2000s, or black men are either locked up or on the down low, or this and is that what you want? So if you're gonna push these things on us, understand what you're asking for. Understand. It's just like when they championed Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner, and they champion all of that shit. Oh, it's a woman, and you gotta accept her as female, and this and that and the other. And then as soon as these, you know, these transsexuals started proliferating women's sports, now it's a problem. And every time I see these issues come up, I say, no, that's what you wanted. That's what you asked for, like smash the patriarchy and all this other shit. That's what you asked for. So if you're getting what you asked for, understand that the things that come with those things, you can't complain about. You can't complain about those things. So following the dominant feminist narrative that we got to accept all these things, and not only that, but we have to we have to play a part in it. We have to participate in it. Is that what you really want? Black women have the highest HIV in the country. And a lot of that comes from their choices in men and the type of men that they deal with, whether it be, ex-cons, inmates, or down low dudes. That's not who you want to be sharing and swapping spit with, right? But again, for the people that are out and out LGBTQ, again, it's cool that you do what you do. And you got your own spaces, your own clubs, you this, you that. And it's not that you can't come to regular clubs or be in regular spaces. And I know a lot of gay people who agree with what I'm saying. They hate gay people for that. They hate the gay people that are always pushing the line. I've had these conversations with gay folks before where they're like, yo, I can't stand gay motherfuckers be extra trying to recruit motherfuckers, tricking motherfuckers, and all of that shit. If you're supposed to be normal and we're supposed to accept you, why are y'all motherfuckers always trying to expose motherfuckers? Right? So you got a guy like Malik Yoba. They try to expose him. If what you're doing is cool, why are you exposing people? Especially if they defend your side of the situation. You guys are eating your own. You can't force us or shame us to be down with your behavior. And it's like what my man Pac said, you guys are just mad that you can't get the people you want. This is more dick policing. If we say a black woman is too overweight, there's a problem. If we have a choice in skin complexion, there's a problem. If we have a choice in hair or whatever, it's a problem. Now we can't even pick genders. There's a lot of rules for owning a black penis. There's a lot of rules. Everybody tells black men what they should like. Y'all don't even want to be told you can't wear fucking silk cloth on your head in public, but you want to tell black men what they should like. I'm gonna respond to a comment here. So, what's your ladies' friend debate angle? Does she think we should date trans folk? I'm not saying that she's saying that. You know, I'm not saying that she's saying that. I'm not saying that she's saying that. The thing is with her is she's basically, she pointed out, I guess, what would be a contradiction in what we accept and what's generally accepted and what's not. The thing is, understand that there are things that aren't accepted in a homosexual space, right? Because I talk to these people, so they'll tell me shit like they don't want to date, like trannies don't want to date certain type of trannies, and gay, gay, like I think it's stud don't date stud, and because to them that's gay, right? To them that's gay. They have their own rules, and we can't come in and say what they can't do or not. We can't define what they should be and if they should take a dildo or this or that and the other, or who's dominant and who's submissive and things like that. But then why are you over here telling us what we need to do and what we should like? Right? I'm just saying, at the end of the day, deal with people who are inclined to your lifestyle. There are spaces that you can go and safely holler at those people. That's why, with all my friends who are LGBTQ offering, hey man, let's go to the club, right? I'm like, which club? And they'll invite me to their clubs, and I'll say no, because that's not the space for me, because I don't want to confuse people by being present in a space, or a safe space where they are allowed to be themselves, and it is assumed that if you're here then you're on our wave. That's a respect thing. I'm not going to travel through the threshold of what would be expected, it's like compliance. It's a respect thing. If I can respect that, then respect our shit, period. I say all that to say this: don't send me shit like that. I know black chicks who like to post funny gay black dude like shit on their timeline. I'm trying to understand what is the correlation or the allegiance with black women and gay men to where it's like them against us. What do you want? Because if you like men and you like straight men, what do you really want? What do you really want as a woman who likes straight men? If you're a lesbian or something like that, I get it. Even though I don't get it, it's still the same rules apply, but I get why you would be oblivious. But what I'm trying to understand is, what is the goal? It sounds like some self-destructive shit to me. And, you're trying to turn straight black men gay, but you want black men to be straight type shit. I'm trying to get it. You know, what's up, Doc? He's in a meeting. But yeah, man. So, again, this was supposed to be a discussion between me and her. She's not here. She's, I guess she's unavailable. And she made me do this Friday. So I don't get it. But um, for all my gay folks, don't send your straight black male friends gay shit. Don't invite them to gay shit. Don't talk gay shit to them. Don't show them gay shit. Don't try to get them to like gay shit. If they're expressing to you they're not into it, it's not because they hate you or they hate what you do or they're repulsed by you or any of that. Trying to get them to like that is like trying to get you to like the opposite sex. I remember when guys, I used to stay with my homegirls, they was gay or whatever. And they'd be like, my boys be like, yo, where you at? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm staying at my homegirl's house. Oh, you fucking with them? Nah, they gay. Oh, you need to walk around with your dick hanging out. And I'm like, what that's supposed to do? They're gay. You don't get it. You don't get it. They don't. They're gay. They have no interest in that. They have as much interest in it as you do. And that's what I'm telling my gay people today. We have just as much interest in that as you do in the opposite sex. And respect that. Respect it. We can be cool outside of that shit. Respect that. It shouldn't even be necessary that we have to say this shit. And I'm not saying everybody that's gay is like this. You know, I just noticed that, especially with dudes, like gay dudes do a whole lot for straight male attention. They do a whole lot to not, I don't know if it's to offend us, but I don't know what if they think that what they're doing is the equivalent of what my boys told me to do. Like, yo, if we do this, then they'll find it attractive. They're projecting uh, you know, their orientation on us, thinking that if they do some shit that they would find attractive, it will somehow make us jump to the other side. It might get you hurt. It might get you fucked up. Stay in your safe spaces because that's what they're there for. They're there for your safety. Stop trying to flip motherfuckers to your side of the line. You know, it might get you hurt, and that ain't bashing. That is responding to disrespect. We do what we do. We move the way we move. Y'all move the way y'all move. I can't go to the gay club where there's a gay guy on stage doing gay shit and I'm mad because I'm offended as a straight guy. Just like you don't go to the straight place with the straight rapper and get mad at some shit he say to the straight people. I understand that the baby might have offended some people with the things that he said, but understand, we feel a way about Little Nas X doing what he's doing. He has the freedom to do it. We don't want to see it, especially if we are in places where we assume we don't have to or we won't be subject to certain things, and then it's thrown in our face. If there is a gay cable channel and Little Nas X is on that, then okay, that's where we expect that sort of entertainment to be, and we'll stay away. But it's like my man Cal said, Space Invaders. People always seem to invade straight male space because they want straight male attention, whether it be women or even gay men. Stay in your spaces. It's safe there. I might not be the one to do it to you, but someone else might. And I would understand. I'm like Chris Rock. I'm not saying they should, but I get it. Understand. Stay out of straight male spaces with your alternative shit and you'll be safe. It's like the black people protesting at the Trump rally. You don't belong there. That is not your space and it's not safe for you. This is common sense. Everybody wants this super intolerance. It's like, yo, like you want intolerance, but you're not giving it in return. You have to tolerate heterosexuality if you want tolerance for homosexuality. Y'all motherfuckers is stepping on toes, and then y'all getting mad when we don't want our toes stepped on, and we react to it. Understand, straight men will be straight men for, this period. In infinity, motherfucker. Infinity. You understand? So that's what it is. That's pretty much what it is. Do what you do, and we'll do what we do, and we can exist in harmony. Nobody got to put hands on nobody or anything like that. Stop with the extra shit. Okay? I don't know what else I can say on this matter. You understand? Again, I don't know who wants to jump in here. If there's anybody watching this shit that wants to jump in here, I don't know where Ian is. I don't know where any of these guys is, but you know, that's pretty much what it is. I got love for my family members. I got love for my LGBT friends. And the reason that they can be my friends is because they don't violate these rules. They don't violate these rules. And as a straight black, or fuck black, as a straight man, I have the right to exercise my authority over my space. And if you violate it, you'll get violated. That's just how that works. You don't get to play victim after you violate space. My straightness, my heterosexuality is not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue for you. I don't push it in your face. I don't make you, I don't push it down your throat. None of that. My little cousin told me a story. She said, she's gay. I don't know if she's listening to this, but she said one day she's on the train, minding her business, and she's a stud. She looks like a stud, but she's quiet. She doesn't bother anybody. And some dude was staring at her on the subway, real threatening. So she's getting nervous, of course, because this is a big dude or whatever. She's a little chick, right? So eventually the guy gets to his stop, and she got her little blade on her. He says some shit like "You're not a man," and I think he went to try to attack her, and she dipped out of the way of whatever he was going to do to her. She had a little blade on her. She's about to cut him, but he got off the train. And I said, how often does that happen to you? She says, shit like that happens to me all the time. Dudes ice grilling me and shit like that. Now, this is something I wouldn't be privy to if she didn't tell me. Right? So then I'm talking to another friend of mine who's a bit older. And I tell her that story. And I ask her, has that ever happened to you? And she says, yeah, all the time. And then I talk to another girl around the same age. I said, has this ever happened to you? She says, yeah. So I get it. And I would say the same to these dudes as I'm saying to gay folks. Let people do them. If they not fucking with you, let them do them. But you can't enforce your religion, your beliefs, your orientation, none of this shit on the other side of the line. And when I say stay on your side of the line, I don't mean don't interact with straight or gay people. I'm saying respect their lifestyle choice. Either way, we're in a space where gay lifestyles are getting more respect than straight ones. If more of my friends were telling me stories like this, I'd empathize with it. But I empathize with that. I wouldn't know that these things were happening because I'm not a stud. I'm not a gay female in, a space where men are being aggressive towards me because they think, oh, you trying to be a man. I told my cousin if I was there, I would have fucked that dude up. And I would have. I would have tried to hurt that motherfucker. Like, I don't give a fuck who he is or how big he was. But understand, he was invading space. The same rules apply the other way around. So my gay folks, if you're a female, you're a male, tough person, not tough person, whatever. And I know there's a lot of gay people that understand where I'm coming from, and they don't do these sorts of things. But I want my gay people to understand that anytime you hear a story like this, where a straight guy did something to a gay person, right? Ask yourself, is it possible, with you knowing how gay people are sometimes, that these motherfuckers violated space or they were disrespectful to a motherfucker's heterosexuality? And you have to respect their heterosexuality if you want your homosexuality respected. If I can understand that women, gay women, are not attracted to me, right? I call my gay homegirls, I'll be like, yo, what's up, son? But if I could understand that, then gay men should understand that, hey, none of this shit is for me. Don't be disrespectful. Don't invade space. And that's pretty much it, man. This is probably going to be my shortest live. It's only 43 minutes. Thought I was going to run an hour, but I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the message, man. That's the message. There is always a line. Your entertainment is for you. Our entertainment is for us. We don't have to like your entertainment. You don't even have to like ours. You might watch some of our shit. That's cool, but that doesn't imply that we should watch your shit or that we should like it. I mean, there's gay entertainers, but their entertainment, their performances are not, sexual orientated. If you got good music, I'll bump your music. People talking about Prince and his sexuality, I didn't give a fuck. Music was hot. Music was good music. But once you start putting your sexuality in your art, then it becomes a foreign thing to me because it's not for me. I can't relate to those things, so I don't watch or indulge in those things. I'm not gonna watch Queer as Folk or the L Word or none of this other shit. Empire with all this shit that they put in the show after Lee Daniels started freestyling and other shit like that is just not for us. And I'm gonna say us because I'm gonna speak for heterosexual men. So stop trying to shame us or convince us that it's cool for us. We have decided that it isn't. And you have to respect that. Shout out to Apex Prowler, Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, and whoever else is in the room listening to me talk. But that's pretty much it. All right? There's always a line, people. All right? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. This was Keep It 100, Marcus Aurelius, and I'm out of here.